Hey guys, Tony here for TonyTechBytes, and this is the iPhone XS. I've been using it for about 1 year now. So finally, here's my review of the iPhone XS after pretty much 1 year. So I'm not going to go deep into the specs of the phone since I've done it so many times in many reviews of the phone and comparisons, but I'm just going to go over my experience after 1 year of using this phone. This iOS device is pretty much my daily driver, and by that I mean I have my SIM card inside it, so I use it for text messages, iMessage, calling, FaceTime, and all that stuff. I do carry around the OnePlus 7 Pro occasionally, since that does serve a purpose of a better viewing experience when you're watching YouTube, Instagram, and going through social media, because it does have a bigger screen, it's also more vibrant, and the 90Hz refresh rate is significantly smoother than the 60Hz on the iPhone XS. But besides those couple points, the iPhone XS isn't really a spec monster, nor is it the absolute best phone out there. And it's not even the most premium out there either, because many Android phones have been climbing up there in price as well. But the iPhone XS is sort of that typical iPhone that you're going to expect from Apple. It's like a small upgrade from the iPhone X, and the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, or whatever the heck it's going to be called, is coming out soon. Now might be a good time to probably get the iPhone XS if the iPhone 11 isn't a huge upgrade. Especially when new iPhones come out, the price of the previous generations usually drops, so this might be a really good choice. Oh yeah, just built this brand new PC, time to turn it on. What the hell is this? Activate Windows? Oh, code TTB20 for 20% off. I'm gonna have to buy that right now. Alright, just got this code in the email. Time to activate it. Click next. And it should work right over here. Windows 10 Home is activated with a digital license. If you ever need a Windows 10 activation key or a game code for a cheaper price, do check out Your CD Keys. They feature tons of games at a discounted price and Windows 10 codes, so you don't have to pay an overpriced fee to get rid of that pesky Windows 10 watermark. Remember to use code TTB20 for 20% off your next purchase. Huge thanks to Your CD Keys for sponsoring this segment and supporting a small YouTube channel. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the battery life, and I usually get around 5 to 6 hours of screen on time with the iPhone XS. It's been pretty good and pretty much the same as when I first got it on day 1 of launch day. And in terms of battery health, I have around 89% of the original battery. My friend has around 91%, my other friend has 87%, and they use their phones pretty heavily, so it's pretty much the same. I think after 1 year, you're probably going to expect around 90% original battery health. I use it a couple hours a day going through my grades on homework, looking through pictures, taking photos, going through social media, pretty much daily phone things. So that's kind of why the battery has depleted over time, and that's just natural. But battery life hasn't dramatically decreased from when I got it, since 90% is still pretty close to 100%. So in terms of performance, there really haven't been any hiccups or crashes when I got it, and I always update to the latest software, even if it could be a little bit buggy at first. It's usually not the case for me. I've had a really smooth experience with iOS. I've never really had any weird glitches or slowdowns in performance. Switching to apps is really quick and snappy, and also launching them is pretty quick as well. Of course, it's not going to be as fast as other phones like the OnePlus 7 Pro, which has faster animation times and a faster processor in some cases. But Apple does optimize their devices really well with iOS, so that does help a lot. Another feature I want to mention is the 2 cameras on this phone. They're both pretty good. They're kind of in between a lot of premium Android phones and other phones out there today, especially since it's pretty much a 1-year-old phone. But the pictures and videos that come out of this thing are still really consistent. The colors are nice and punchy, and the contrast is great as well. For 4K video, you're going to notice that it looks a lot better than a lot of other smartphones. And I find that Apple does a really good job with 4K video, especially in dynamic range and just sharpness overall. One thing that I dislike about the iPhone XS is that it really has no standout features. There's no edge-to-edge display. There aren't really any cool features on this phone. It's really just an iPhone that just has slightly better specs and slightly better performance than compared to the iPhone X. I think if you're upgrading from an older iPhone like the iPhone 6, 6S, 7, 7 Plus, or anything along the line of the older iPhones, then I think the iPhone XS is a really good upgrade. You're getting faster performance, a better screen, a better camera, and a really nice iOS experience that you're probably used to. But compared to the iPhone 11, I'm not sure at this point, since the iPhone 11 hasn't dropped yet, so I can't do a direct comparison between the XS and the iPhone 11. But I think if the iPhone 11 is just another incremental upgrade, then the iPhone XS might be a more attractive option, since it will be discounted slightly when the iPhone 11 drops. So overall with this phone, I really like the cameras. They're consistent, the screen quality is pretty good, it's kind of adequate in terms of screen to body ratio, but it does look pretty good and it's really color accurate. Performance is nice and snappy and hasn't changed much since day 1. You also get consistent iOS updates, which Apple is good for. You have the Apple ecosystem, which you're probably used to if you're considering buying an iPhone. So it integrates really well with Macs, iPads, and AirPods. And you also get pretty good battery life of 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. This phone is kind of like the average iPhone that you would expect from Apple. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nothing bad by any means. Thank you all so much for watching this review of the iPhone XS after 1 year. Please leave a like and subscribe to support my channel. And I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, so if you could please help me with that, that'd be appreciated. And also, if you want to pick up an iPhone XS, a screen protector, or a case, I link them all in the description down below for your convenience, so you can easily click on that and just purchase through that. And as a disclaimer, they are affiliate links, so I do earn a tiny bit of commission from them, but you don't get charged any additional fee.